you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio Skulls all day.
The Mad Scientist Lab.
And we're better than ever for the 332nd episode of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast with Jared, Lee, and RJ.
What up, Epic? What up, Cobel? Colbert? I don't know.
Colbert? Oh, man. Epic, what's going on, buddy?
And something going on. I can't even do Twitch in my fucking thing right now, but whatever. Go ahead.
That's okay. I'm glad Epic is here because Epic was kind enough to chat with me last evening there on the good old X of Box for a little bit.
Oh, you mean the console that's no longer going to be around? Yeah.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Whatever Jared wants you to believe is a complete and utter lie.
It's fucking true.
Anyway, so moving forward, I was talking to Epic, and he wanted me to let you, Jared Lee, Comedy, know that he will be visiting us in a few short weeks to go to the Brewers game.
Yeah. He just wants that Grogu. That's
exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
He probably looked it up. He was like, oh, yeah, I want that shit.
Yeah, so he is going to be coming to town, and we are going to be going to a ball game together.
What day is that? That's Saturday, right?
That is a Saturday, so he's going to be coming into town on Friday.
Is that going to be a drunken
I
podcast?
don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you're not drinking anyway.
I've been sober for a while, but he doesn't visit too often, so maybe one or two won't hurt, but still. Regardless, looking very much forward to hanging out with Epic here in the...
sounds like fun.
Yes, here in the nation's capital. So I wanted to...
I had to get Clay up out there.
Oh, yeah. Get some fun stuff going on here. But, Jared, before the show started...
I'm trying to decide, do I want to drink right now? I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, the answer would more than likely be no.
I mean, if I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
I have it with me.
Well... Still, if you don't know, I mean, dude, if you want to drink, I don't give a shit.
No, I know. I'm not. I don't give a fuck if you did give a shit, but I'm just trying to decide whether I want to go or not.
Well, Jared debates with his inner demons on if he should have an adult beverage.
I wouldn't call it a demon. It's just fucking, why not?
Yeah. No, the weather is nice. I will say that. You know how that's
got nothing
always,
to do with the weather.
You know how that's always my excuse. Hey, the weather's really nice outside. Time to have a drink.
Yeah, that's your excuse.
Yeah, it's terrible. I hate it. It just hits me, and I'm like, oh, my God, it's weird. It just, like, takes over my body. No, but before the show started, I was kind of over here doom-scrolling a little bit, and I found a news article, and I thought this was actually rather fascinating or just pretty wild because the headline caught me off guard. In the UK, there is a pastor that's being charged with manslaughter during a baptism service or like ceremony.
What, the person drowned?
Yes, the person drowned while the pastor, who happens to be a woman.
Wow.
Yeah. So
the
here,
fact that you added that part.
Well, I was
probably just wasn't strong enough to hold the person up because she's a woman.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Jesus Christ, no, that's not the foot I want to get off on or onto. No, but I'm going to kind of briefly paraphrase this.
And he gets off to a lot of feet.
Briefly paraphrase this for all of you out there. So it says, Robert Smith, 61, of Brixton, South London in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, we don't care Brixton.
Drowned.
Say London.
Drowned during a baptism ceremony at a home in 2023. So this was done at a home. So he had been a member of the UK for 25 years after moving from Jamaica. Okay. And he had been a member of this church for 4 years. So it took place in a small pool on the property's gardens and was streamed live on the church's Facebook page.
Oh, wow.
The video has since been removed, according to the BBC. Cheryl Bartley has been charged with 1 count of gross negligence manslaughter in relation to her role as a pastor during the baptism. But I'm not going to continue to roll on. But it doesn't say how this necessarily happened. If the individual who drowned was held under for too long, would be the most...
The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, like...
The power of Christ.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see the video, but I would want, like, some more context of this. Oh, man, dude. I'm
sorry. I had to do that.
That's definitely one way to go. No pun intended. What I was gonna say Yeah, didn't Elvis?
I
die
don't mean to speak. Well, I was making fun of it, but
Didn't Elvis die taking a shit?
he died on the toilet. I don't know if he was taking a shit.
Well, if he was on the toilet, well, maybe he was sitting down on the toilet, maybe catching his breath or something.
Well, he was pretty big at the time.
So, yeah, that's pretty wild.
I have exorcised the demons.
Yes, Scary Movie 2. Just
Oh, that was from Poltergeist.
well, that and Scary Movie 2 at the beginning when he's saying,
Yeah, they got it from Poltergeist.
I know that. Jesus. Anyway.
How dare you? One of the greatest films that I only watched as a kid that terrified the shit out of me.
That's okay. That's okay. But I would want more context as to how this person drowned. I would assume that they were lifting their head up and dunking them in too quickly, which sounds...
They waterboarded this dude.
Yeah, or they just held him under too long, but I would think that at that point in time, that person would be fighting, and if you're like just a normal pastor...
He put his faith in the Lord.
Yeah, which is fine, but it's just, I don't know. I'm just kind of disappointed that there's like no more context to that, or at least in that article that I found. Just very curious.
Well, I mean, you should have done some more research.
Well, I could have, but the show is starting, and here we are.
When did you find this article?
Like 5 minutes before the show started.
Oh,
Like,
I was
literally.
tinkering over here.
Yeah, when you were tinkering and tankering.
Trying to make sure we were back on kick because fucking shit was being bullshit.
It's been acting weird for us a little lately, folks, but thank you for joining us for yet another exciting episode.
And go follow us on kick.com/VizMadScientist.
So I do kind of want to get into the thick of things, kind of off the start here a little bit now that we've kind of learned what happened with this baptism. Is Artemis II has returned to Earth last night around 8 o'clock Eastern time. I was still at work when it landed. I was so blown because reason being,
You can pull it up on your phone. I don't want to hear the excuses.
Well, no, I'm assisting customers at this time, so it's not like I'm just blindly sitting at my desk. So no, I actually made plans, sort of, kind of, to leave about work about 10 minutes early. That way I could get home in time, just to see the pod come into the atmosphere, and see it land into the ocean. And, knowing the business that I work in, nothing is for certain. Anyway, I get a small handful of customers that literally come in last minute, and there's some issues that I had to resolve that took up way too much time. So I actually ended up sitting up at my desk, finishing up what I needed to do before I had to go. And then one of my associates came out and was like, hey, the Artemis just returned to Earth. It just landed in the water. And I was like, oh, great. I missed it. And it stinks, but they did return back to Earth safely last night. It's something Jared and I were talking about last week. The Artemis II went on a 10-day trip around the moon.
Almost 10 days. It was like 9-ish.
Okay, 9.5, 10.
Yeah, something like that.
Days around the moon and back to Earth. And these are...
Keep going.
No, and I just wanted to say... as I was watching it on the news last night, when I got home, I finally got home and got to see all the live coverage and everything. They were talking to somebody who was NASA related. I can't remember his name. Please forgive me. But he was just talking about how exciting it is that we're actually, doing something like this. Because he said back when he was a kid,
NASA
he was
related.
Well, he was from NASA, or like an ex-NASA employee or former employee.
That could be anybody. There's thousands of people that work for NASA.
Well, he was a bigwig, I guess, to some degree, or had some hand in something.
Was it Jared Isaacman?
No, I honestly can't even remotely think of what his name would be.
Did he have big ears?
Did he wear glasses?
No.
Oh, okay.
It could be anybody.
Yeah. So regardless, he was just basically saying, "Hey,
there's a senator." Well, actually,
the guy's like 71 or 70 something."
Yeah. Well, there's a senator, Mark Kelly. He's been in the news a lot. He's the one that said, what do you say? He was the one that told them not to follow
that
illegal orders. He's one of the people that spent the most time in space.
Really?
Yeah. He just about a year.
That's crazy. Because they were talking about the raft and the astronauts on board, and how it'll take a while to get their land legs back and
Yeah,
all this
they
other
have
stuff.
like the reason. Well, they call it weightless for a reason because there's no gravity in space. On Earth, you have gravity pulling you down, so your muscles and your bones stay strong to that. But when you've been floating for a while, there's no sensation. Just like I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise, but like if you've been on a boat for a long time, when you get off the boat, even though you're on solid ground, you feel like you're still on the fucking boat.
Yeah.
Same thing is coming. I don't want to say the same thing, but it's a similar phenomenon.
I got you. So, but I know that you would lose, like, in space, you're going to lose, like, muscle mass, like, bone density and things like that just because of the lack of gravity, correct?
What?
What I said is you're going to lose, like, bone density
Yes.
and muscle mass and everything because of the lack of gravity
Yeah.
and things
Well,
of that nature.
that's one thing why they had this like a roll machine. I guess they call it a flywheel, but it produces resistance.
Okay.
So they had to they even at the International Space Station, they have to exercise while they're up there, so they don't lose. You're gonna lose some, especially if you're up there for a year. Cause that's why why they doing all this was part of the test. They had one of the experiments was like they had some DNA. They created like a little avatar of each astronaut while they're up there to separately from them to see how how long space travel affects their DNA while they're up there. They've been doing experiments like this for years because like the fluid in your eye starts to kind of change.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of shit, and I don't know. There was people saying like the Artemis is all cool and everything, but we shouldn't be wasting money on this. And I'm like, science, education, and exploration is pretty important.
Yeah, no. And but that kind of goes back to what I originally brought up is the gentleman was talking about how when I guess we first went to the moon way back when, he was in high school, right? And he was just saying how exciting of a time it was just to be, just to witness that and be a part of it. And he said
And
just
politics was different around the reason we went to the moon last time too. So that's a different part.
And he was just saying how he feels excited again, that now that we're making these trips and, we sent some folks up there. And, I'll be up front with you, man, as somebody who, does this show with you, and I know you're a big space exploration buff with these things. I've always found it quite fascinating. And I will say it is pretty cool. We are seeing this stuff kind of start to develop in real time again with people going up to the moon, potentially building a base on the moon for.
Well, that's the whole goal of the Artemis program is to build a base on the moon. That's why I brought up Derek Isaacman. He's the new NASA administrator. I like the dude. He was he went up on SpaceX. I think he was one of the first Crew Dragon. Yeah, he was the first Crew Dragon. He was a pilot of that. Or no,
Okay.
he was commander. The other lady was the pilot. But so he knows about that. He flies jets. He's also a billionaire. That's the part that worries me.
Yeah.
And the fact that who chose him for that role. So I'm a little still skeptical, but I know he's a fan of space exploration, and he's also kind of come in already and started to move up the timeline as far as these launches. Because remember, I told you Artemis I was back when Luxus was open. That's almost 4 or 5 years ago now.
Nah, lucky that's almost 7 years ago,
Yeah.
dude.
So
Damn, that's crazy.
So that's how long it's been since Artemis I. And supposedly, I don't think it's next year. I think 2028 is going to be 3. So 2 years. Actually, the parts of the Artemis 3 are already this week will be on their way to Kennedy Space Center to start putting it to stack it. So that's pretty exciting. That's how you know it's moving along.
What are your thoughts on I guess establishing like a way of life on the moon and like potentially like visiting to and from like the things you would literally see in a movie or a game or something like that?
Bro, I since I've been a kid, I've been like into space. So like, yeah, a base on the moon, that's fucking awesome. And that's gonna be the next. Once you get to the moon and you start learning how to live on the moon, then you can start and building stuff on the moon. Because we can build shit on Earth because we got gravity, we know how it works, but there's 4 times less gravity on the moon, so shit's gonna be bouncing and floating, and so it's gonna be hard to learn how to fucking create shit up there. And then once we figure all that out and learn how to live up there, then we can start trying to go to the moon. So that's interesting. A lot of this ain't gonna happen within the next. Let me see. I'd say next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
I think there possibly could be some structures on the moon within the next 10 to 15 years, depending on how these programs go. And I read somewhere that the administration is thinking about cutting their budget again. So it's like, stop spending money on fucking wars and let's fucking get this. Matter of fact, and this is the thing that pisses me off. That person that said whatever they were like, I don't think we should. And I was like, well, this spending money on this quote unquote conflict isn't any fucking better. And I'm like, science exploration, all that shit is important. And they were like, well, where does it say that in the Constitution? So there's a spot in the Constitution. I think it's Article 1. I can't remember.
Well, you found it. That's a good point.
Anyway, but there is a place in there, and he was like, oh, well, it's technically talking about patents and IP, intellectual properties, but it also puts in there that's like, this is important because the innovation is what helps grow the country. Like, this is out of the Constitution shit. So this is way, way before today. So, and that's what I was trying to explain I just stopped because when I started to realize when you start, some people they're just not going to change their mind about anything because they're so set on why they have their opinion and what their opinion is that they don't want to hear outside information. So I'm like, if I start arguing with this person, then I look like the fool, or we both look like a fool to somebody else.
Yeah.
So somebody else was saying the same thing that I was saying. It's like, by us doing this and us spending this money, we're putting money back into, because these are American workers that are building these things.
Yeah.
Thanks for blowing that right into the microphone, by the way.
You can't hear nothing.
No, I know, but you can see you're blowing fucking
Oh, I thought I made
particles and shit into the microphone. Where was I at?
Well, you were saying it was in the Constitution.
Oh, yeah, I was way past that.
Yeah.
So it brings money back into, because, and they want to talk about manufacturing, like engineering, like learning how to build things that translates into manufacturing. New products that are invented. But like, one of the most famous things that still we use to this day that was invented by NASA because of space exploration is Velcro, or hook and loop, whatever you want to call it. That's the nomenclature in the military.
Velcro, really?
Velcro was invented because, and I've kept seeing a bunch of people like, well, see, look at this picture. How is that phone stuck to his leg? It's not moving. I thought it was supposed to be weightless. Hey, dumbass. He has Velcro strips on his fucking pants. Yeah. And his Velcro on the other side of the Velcro is on the phone. Sticks. Yeah. Doesn't float anymore. That's why it was invented. So shit doesn't float away in space.
Damn. That's pretty wild. I don't think I knew that. To be
honest, bro, there's so much shit.
I did not know that.
I'm about to, this is how you know motherfuckers be dumb.
Why are they dumb?
I'm going to look up NASA inventions.
Oh, this ought to be actually relatively interesting. I'm sure there's some things on here that I
think we looked them up before, but I don't remember.
Well, let's take a look and see what NASA has invented.
I think power tools came from, because they had to be able to use them in space.
This is actually gonna
20 inventions we wouldn't have without space travel.
All right, here we go. So let's see. We got.
Let's see. Well, okay. First of all, NASA, fix your fucking
Damn,
website. Oh, download JPEG. Oh, it's a fucking image.
Oh, that stinks.
And I can't see this. Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
Okay, so we got this nice list here of 20 things we wouldn't have without space travel. The very top one would
Hold on, give me 1 second.
yeah, sure. Would be camera phones. Wow, something that we use every day.
Number one thing is on there.
Yeah, number one that we all use every single day of our lives at this point. In the 1990s, a team of jet propulsion at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory worked to create cameras small enough to fit on a spacecraft and with scientific quality. 1/3 of all cameras contain this technology. Oh, that's pretty neat. So we've got, what is this? Scratchable resistant lenses.
Scratch resistant.
Scratch, yeah, I did
That's
say
probably
scratchable.
from the Windows originally. Yeah, aerospace. I have a I don't know if you've never met him. I have a buddy. He's I talked about him before. God damn it. What was he doing? Material scientist. He worked for, I forgot the name of the company, but they're the ones who created the glass for like the F-22, like, because it has to be reflective of light, but it has to be not reflective enough so radar could pick it up. So he was one of the people that worked on that shit.
I got you.
I've been trying to get him on, but he's in Huntsville. When I go to Huntsville, I'm going to visit his jiu-jitsu school.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. But he doesn't do the scientific work anymore.
So we've got the scratch-resistant lenses. We've got CAT scans.
Yeah, read that one because
yeah, this is actually pretty interesting. A space program needs a pretty good digital image. The JPL played a lead role in developing this technology, which in turn helped create CAT scanners and radiography. Oh, pretty
JPL stands for Jet Propulsion Laboratory, by the way.
And we've got LEDs, okay. This one I could definitely see. Red LEDs are being used in space to grow plants and heal humans on Earth. LED technology used by NASA has contributed to the development and medical devices such as Warp 10. I'm not familiar with what that may be.
I don't know what that is either. That's some medical shit.
So
we don't have to read every one of these.
Yeah,
Landmine removal. Wait, what? Okay, see, these are athletic shoot. Oh,
all right.
We use those all the time too.
So we got athletic shoes. Nike Air Trainers wouldn't exist if it weren't for suit construction technology development by NASA. It was a former NASA engineer that first pitched the idea. So those J's you got on your feet.
Well, yeah. I think they said trainers, I guess, is just their word for shoes.
What is this?
Foil blankets.
Foil blankets.
They use that for insulation on spacecraft.
Oh, here's a good one. Water purification systems. Oh, man. In the 1960s, NASA created on an electrolyte, or what is it? Yeah, an electrolyte silver idolizer to purify astronauts' drinking water. This technology is now widely used to kill bacteria in recreational pools. Oh, pretty neat. We've got dust busters. Wow, I wouldn't have thought of that one.
And speaking of the moon, it was invented to collect samples from the moon.
NASA approached Black & Decker. Wow, that's pretty wild. To develop a lightweight device to collect samples on the moon. Geez, that's pretty neat.
Now, tell me something like this doesn't add to the economy.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah, so our taxpayer money, you have a fucking dustbuster because you have a miniature vacuum cleaner just because these motherfuckers wanted to collect shit off the moon. Now, a company can sell this shit all over the world and make billions of dollars.
Yeah, I would like to say that's very beneficial. We've got ear thermometers. Ooh, this is a good one. NASA and
everyone you said is
these are good. These are things I wouldn't expect, honestly. I mean, I could see why now that we're like on the topic. But NASA and what does that say? Diatech developed an 8-ounce auroral. I think that says thermometer.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be oral. It could be some English person who did this shit.
Yeah, which uses informed astronomy technology to measure the amount of energy emitted by the eardrum. Okay.
Yeah, that's not as interesting as I thought it was.
Okay, so home installation. This is another really good one. Your homes are insulated. Damn. So what were we doing before space? Everything just built a brick.
I think it was the kind of maybe Yeah, everything was brick. Like in England, their houses are all brick.
Yeah, no, I mean even some of the older homes where up where my grandmother lives are just kind of like stone castles, quote unquote.
Aluminized polyester called radiant barrier, used today in most home installations.
The jaws of life. This is
That that was one of the power tools that I'm talking about.
If you guys aren't familiar with the jaws of life, they're definitely used in emergency situations. If there's somebody who is trapped between, like in a vehicle and they can't get the door out or whatever the case may be. So that's another good one. And then we've got, what is that? Wireless headsets. All right. Shout out.
People use those every day.
That and memory foam. Oh, I like the memory foam.
Oh, yeah, I do remember this one.
You know what's crazy? I wouldn't have thought of memory foam as, let's see.
Oh, let's see what the reason is.
Let's see. Memory foam mattresses are the result of an incredible foam development by NASA in the 1970s to help make airline pilots' seats more comfortable. They were later installed in space shuttles. Oh, man, memory foam. Yeah, you just sink right in, and then you just... Well, here's something that we don't use every day, is freeze-dried food.
No, you don't, but you probably have it more than you think you have it.
What would be considered a freeze-dried?
Strawberries.
Strawberries, okay.
Like if you get like for the shit you buy in the store for like smoothies and shit.
Yeah,
that's freeze dried.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, and then we've got the adjustable smoke detector. I was actually just kind of tinkering with the one down here in the basement before the show started.
Yeah, you definitely need smoke detectors in space because if there's a fire, that's a bad day.
That doesn't
just ask Apollo 13.
While NASA didn't actually invent the first smoke detector, okay, it did come up with the more modern version of the invention, creating the most sophisticated alarm system ever invented. Okay. Baby formula. I wouldn't have thought of this one. Infant formulas now contain a natural enrichment ingredient, the origins of which can be traced back to NASA-sponsored research that explored the use of okay, what is that? Old guy?
Algae, bro.
Algae. Oh, I can't.
Old guy?
Old guy?
Who is old guy?
I don't know. Just some old guy.
This man said
you're an old guy.
No, that's algae. So fuck off. Artificial limbs.
Okay.
We don't have to go through this entire list. The computer mouse we use. Some people still use every day. Portable computer for sure.
The laptop.
Yes.
So I'll read this last one. The SPOC, the Spock, was created by adopting the Grid Compass, the first portable laptop. In this creation, hardware that had to be modified and new software developed, which propelled to the commercial market, which is basically, we use these in our everyday lives, man.
Yeah, well, it's funny that came up because there was a point in the mission, Artemis II mission, where they were having issues with Outlook. Like they couldn't get their Outlook to work or some shit.
Okay.
Which is, and then I was watching them get ready to come back or land. It was like what 6-7 hours before, and they were starting to reconfigure the cabin for landing. And they were like, yeah, and they're going through the steps, and they're like, yeah, on the Excel sheet. And I'm like, I just use an Excel sheet right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird that they were using the same shit that we use every day, just Microsoft shit.
Well, while they were up there, they did, and you had them up a little earlier. They got some really good pictures of the moon, like some of the best, I think, photos ever taken. I believe.
Obviously.
Yeah, so like this is one of them right here.
Oh.
And while Jared pulls that over, I mean, you can even see it I can see it here in the laptop, how just clear that image is projecting through the camera. Just, my God, man, that is one big fucking rock in space, dude.
Yeah, well, it's not as big as the rock that we live on.
No, but it's still just to see all the little craters and everything, and yeah, just look at some of these pictures.
And that's the backside, which we don't see from Earth. And you can see on the backside how many more craters there are than on the front side.
Yeah, I mean, some of these...
And I say back, front, but just because from our perspective, all you can see is that.
In some of these pictures, man, no pun intended, are legitimately out of this world. They're just so they're just fucking awesome. I mean, it's
they had that was part of their training. the lady. Well, they all did the training, but the lady was the one who was already a fan of photography, so she had a little more experience. And I remember her saying in one of the interviews while they were still up there, like her trying to get, I think it was one of these pictures, like the moon, the Earth, and then like the sun, and trying to adjust the lighting for like the ISO and all that shit, photography terminology. She was like, "This shit is fucking hard," but she ended up getting a bunch of good ones.
Man, I'm just very impressed with it. Excuse me. It's just really wild to see, and I just think it's really exciting that we're again getting to see kind of more of this stuff in the near future. It is going to be interesting to see how it develops and ultimately plays out. Because I know. So let me ask you this, Jared: how long do you have to be back on Earth before you can go back in space? I guess is that
I don't think there's really a time limit.
really?
I mean, but there's procedures they have to go through. Like they're gonna have to go through all the debriefing stuff, which is probably there's a lot. Yes, they recorded stuff while they were up there, so it'll be as fresh as they can. But then they have to go over like how the flight was, because this was a test flight. So they have to go over all the information, all the data, so they can fix what went wrong. Like the toilet was a big thing. And every time, like if you watched it enough, because I watched damn near the whole 10 days.
I did see a little bit of the stream link that you sent me.
Which one was that?
You sent me the YouTube link for like the 24/7.
Oh yeah. Well, there's parts where they were trying to send the waste out, and you could see like these little particles, ice particles floating away. I'm like, oh, that's their pee just going floating away in space.
Yo, that's pretty wild. To watch it in real time, the fact that we have the technology.
Still don't know how they. I don't. You know what? I asked this question, and when I was in Huntsville, I forgot the name. Not Johnson. Which one is that? Marshall. Space Center. I asked the question to the guy, and he was like, "Yeah, we get that question all the time. Like back during the Apollo days, like how did they go to the bathroom?" And the answer that I got probably wouldn't surprise you, but they pretty much were wearing diapers.
Okay.
They had to fucking shit themselves and piss themselves while they were up there.
I mean, granted, for the day and age that we were in, and not having all the technology available.
Because of those missions, we still learn stuff off of that. The toilet for the international, because they're up there for 6 months, maybe more at a time. The toilet had to be invented, or a space toilet had to be invented. There, they can store more of that stuff because there's so much more space. But on a capsule, you can't really store that because there's nowhere to put it.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's fair.
So they have to be able to dump it without compromising the pressurization.
Yeah, the integrity of the ship, pretty much, or the shuttle. I want to call it the shuttle.
Well, no, it's a capsule.
It is a capsule.
Or a spaceship, because you got Orion, the capsule, and then you still have the service module, which is where all the batteries, electricity, and other shit stored.
So besides, like, what other kind of data do they try to gather while they're, I guess, while
they
they're
were
up there?
trying to get everything they possibly could. Like I said, I was watching the whole thing, and they had a whole separate lunar science department when they were going around the backside, or just when they were passing around it.
Yeah.
So they were studying like the structure, the terrain. They're also gathering information so when they go to land, like where do we set down? Where's a good flat spot to land where it's not fucking gonna be a deep 600-foot hole, 600-mile hole? Because there's one crater, I forgot the name, not Olympus. I can't remember the name. That's Olympus is on Mars, but whatever this crater is called, it's like 600 miles wide.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah. And that's like, there's more than one of those. And I don't know, bro, they're just trying to get as much information as they can. That's why they have all the cameras. That's why they have them taking pictures. That's why they have them recording what they see, because the human eye can catch it, take in more stuff than a camera would. I don't know, everything. They're
well,
taking everything, and they're gonna be combing over that shit for the next couple years.
Well, I will say this. I do remember hearing on the news that I believe, I don't know how the validity of the statement, but they said like from certain parts of the moon it almost looked brown.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And
Well, even in this picture, like
it does kind of have like a kind of a hue to it. Like
what's her name? Christina Coat. Yeah. She was saying, she was like, yeah, it looks browner than I would have thought it was, because when we see it, it's reflecting all the light.
Yeah,
and it looks white or blue, or depending on like where it is.
the big cheese.
It doesn't ever look really yellow. Yeah, I guess it can look yellow sometimes, but yeah. But then when you get up there and you see something like this, and it's like, oh, that's kind of brownish.
Yeah, I mean, I would think it doesn't have. So it's got rock, like the surface is rock.
Actually,
correct?
I've seen moon rock fragments. I forgot where I was at. Was it Dulles? I've been to like 3 or 4 different NASA places, or places that have stuff. So I've seen it, and it does look brown. And it probably depends on where they got it from too. But yeah, it doesn't look like what we see.
So I guess if me and you were walking on the moon, hypothetically, right?
It would probably look like closer to that.
Is it? Yeah, but I would assume like the whole.
But that's you got to remember, that's zoomed in and 4,000 miles away. Because the closest they got was 4,000.
Damn, that's crazy. So that picture is taken from 4,000 miles away from how close it is.
Yeah, and zoomed in. The camera, they had a long range. I don't know if they have the camera information on there.
That's pretty fucking crazy. Obviously from this picture, it looks like they're just floating right above it. Obviously around
again,
it.
it's zoomed in. So yeah, because if from that view, if you look at the other pictures, let me go back to, if I can find my mouse here. So like, see how Earth is smaller in some of these, but the moon is still close. So they're not as zoomed in here.
I see. Man, that's crazy, dude. Look at these photos. That shit looks like the Death Star, dude, from this angle.
You know how many memes I saw of that? Like,
oh, for real?
It was superimposed with the Death Star shit on it. I'm like, okay, guys, let's come up with some original shit.
Well, at least we all have our hearts in the right place, which is Star Wars.
Yeah, but you don't want Death Star being near us.
This is also very fair.
Remember when they blew it looked like a blue planet when they blew that shit up. That first
Alderaan.
planet. Was it Alderaan?
I think it was Alderaan.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't want that.
Ooh, look at. All right, now this is like a very haunting photo. This scares the shit.
This
out
is
of me.
probably as far away as they are, because you can see the reflection of the person taking the picture in that one.
Yeah, but still, that dude from here, the moon just looks fucking menacing, bro. Like,
looks like a rock in space. You ever seen the pictures of Pluto when not Voyager? I can't remember what the name. Intrepid?
No, but you're more than welcome to pull them up.
Hold on
Because since we are on this deep dive into space here on the Mad Scientist Lab podcast,
I could talk about it all day. Keep going.
No, well, I figured you'd pull it up, and I didn't want to.
Pluto TV.
Pluto TV, not the TV. We want the planet. Have you ever seen the images of Uranus? Sorry, I had to fill in a little bit of time there while Jared pulls this up. Okay. Oh, wow, dude.
Hold on one second. I'm trying to find the NASA page. That way we can see the actual big ones.
I thought the fucking moon photo was scary looking. This one's just even more terrifying. I mean, it's cool, but...
Well, it's terrifying because of how far away it is.
Well, it's terrifying. Like it looks like aliens
now,
live there.
Now, these pictures, they have been somewhat enhanced, and usually they'll say what they did to the image.
Let's see, the New Horizons space.
Yeah, New Horizons. That's what it was. I don't know why I said Intrepid.
Let's see. Captured this high-resolution enhanced color view of Pluto on July 14th, 2015. So this photo's 10 years old.
Yeah, I remember when it came back. Because you got to remember how far Pluto is. And New Horizons is still out there. It's past, well, It's a long, long fucking way. Bro, I don't think people realize how big just our solar system is. Think about this. If it took 10 days to get to the moon, and I think, what is it? I think it's 6 to 9 months to get to Mars.
Okay.
And you have to, and that's another thing people don't take into account. You can't just shoot off a rocket and go straight to the place. You have to time it at a certain point in time, because the math has to work out. That's why there was like a launch window in March, and luckily we got the April one because it was easily for them to get as close as they could. But yeah, so just like we're going out, the fucking target is moving as well. Well, that's maybe a look. The target is moving around as well. So you gotta shoot when the fucking it's like shooting a moving target. Like anybody who you don't usually shoot deer fucking moving, but anybody who knows how to ever shot a moving target,
just basically lead
you have
your
to
shot.
lead the target. Yeah, exact same thing. And then and the math has to work out, all that shit. So it's the same thing with like going to Mars. But 6 to 9 months to Mars, and then you still got to come back.
Damn, you're talking about almost 2 years almost.
Yeah.
That's
so,
crazy.
Now, and it gets exponentially bigger the farther out you go.
Wow, this is nuts. Here, can you go back down to the description? I just want to see if there's any little more information. Man, this is a menacing fucking photo, dude. That is crazy. What an image.
Oh yeah,
I'm not even gonna
the red spot on Jupiter. Yeah, that's I had read somewhere recently that they have that I think the storm changed directions, but I have to go check into that.
Let's see. So we got this image in July 2015. The image combines blue, red, and infrared images taken by the Ralph multispectral. I can't see that. Multispectral, yeah. Visual imaging camera. Pluto's surface sports a remarkable range of subtle colors, enhanced in view to a rainbow of blues, yellows, oranges, and deep reds. It's like a rainbow planet.
It's perfect for you.
Yeah. Can't wait to go. Anyway, let's see. Many landforms have their own distinct colors, telling a complex geological and climactical. Oh, man, I can't read that word. Sorry. Story that scientists here only just begin to. Yeah. So, yeah, no. It's just, this is, dude, I thought the moon was crazy. This is nuts.
Yeah, and if you look here, they found that Pluto has a little bit of an atmosphere. You can see it at the top. I don't know if it's coming through on the.
Oh, I can definitely see it.
You can see it, but I don't know if it's coming through on there.
So what I was gonna say, so do we have any? We obviously don't have any images from the planet itself, right? Like on the planet.
On the planet?
Yeah.
No, bro. Wait, this is like only the second spacecraft. This is like, I think this is the first, like, as close as we've ever gotten to taking pictures of this.
Dude, there's got to be.
You don't understand. I got to pull up the scale because you're not understanding the scale.
No, I understand. I understand. I was just asking a genuine, since we just have such a.
It took this thing 10 years to get there.
I know. I figured if it was there, land. Well, they don't know the conditions and all that stuff.
I don't think they've ever landed on Pluto. A lot of the exoplanets, well, it's not really an exoplanet, but you can't really land on those. You can land on Pluto because it's more rocky than like some of the inner gassy ones. Like, like Jupiter's gaseous, Saturn's gaseous. I think Neptune is methane, but frozen. Everything's probably frozen out there. It's so fucking cold. Solar system.
I still can't get over this photo. Dude, there's got to be something living on that planet. It has to be.
It's possible. We don't know that. Again, we wouldn't be what we know of as life.
Yeah, it's just
because it's like I said, it's too cold.
I'm normally not kind of blown away by some of this stuff, but that was really cool shit that you just showed us right there. Let's see.
Yeah, that's fucking 12 years old.
Well, still, it's still a badass photo, and it's still just, it's like, oh, man. So here is a solar system to scale. 1 pixel equals 1,000 kilometers.
Jesus, that's fucking huge.
That's insane, actually. So,
because if you imagine how big a shit is fucking slow.
I'm assuming
So this is the sun.
Yeah, I was gonna say this.
This is
Giant ball.
and we don't even want to get into the sun. That's a whole different fucking space anomaly.
Here, let's talk about it.
No.
Why not?
That's a long conversation. Look, okay, so look. There's the sun. Remember, one pixel
is 1,000 kilometers.
Oh, this is gonna take forever, dude.
Oh well, Jared is scrolling through space trying to find the planet Earth.
No, it's not gonna be Earth. It's gonna be Venus first. Is it
Okay.
Venus? I can't even remember.
All there are
Either Mercury or Venus. I always mix them up for some reason.
They're always
look at the pixels at the top. Oh, what? That what we're looking for? What is that? Oh yeah, Mercury. There we go.
So how many? So that is 43,746 pixels away. So that is 4,000.
We're not even at Mercury yet. See at the bottom.
Oh yeah, so Mercury is in about 10,000. So these are kilometers.
Yeah, well, you can do the math.
I can't, but thank you for thinking I could.
No, you just Google it.
Oh, so we was I guess that wasn't the answer.
Kilometers to miles.
Let's see, kilometers to miles. So let's do this.
Just how many kilometers? Wait, what does it say there on the bottom? I can't read it.
I can't read it. It says 80. Oh, it says like 800,000 or 800. Hold on.
Well, that's to go.
Oh, to go. Yeah, 800. Oh, wait, no. Now, yeah, I think you're right there. Is that Mercury?
Nope.
And the next one is Venus.
Oh yeah, I guess that was Mercury.
So
where the fuck is the planet?
Right.
Didn't show it though.
Oh, I thought it was that little dot right there. So here, let me.
Like,
get this
oh
pulled up.
yeah, I guess it is compared to the sun. Yeah, I don't know. It could be a star. It's fucking confusing me. This whole shit. But anyway, yeah. So 800,000 ish. I'll keep going to Venus while you're
So 1 kilometer is 0.62 of a mile.
Just do the math.
So we've got how many? 43,000?
Well, that's the Venus. Do 800 kilometers. 800,000 kilometers. Warp speed, Captain. Jesus, RJ.
That is 480,000 miles.
There we go.
Yeah, that is 480,000 miles away.
That's just about half of what the entire mission of Artemis II.
That is
a little over because they're like 770,000 miles.
Yeah, 480,000
round trip for the Artemis II.
That is nuts. And I wouldn't be able to take this math any deeper if there was a way to.
Here's Venus.
So we've got Venus, and how far away is this one?
Say right there.
I'm having actually a hard time reading that one, to be honest with you. This is very small print, folks.
107 million miles, kilometers. Sorry. I'll be on the way to Earth right now.
So we got. That is over 1 million miles away.
There you go.
That's
crazy. Venus to the sun.
Now, I don't know how to convert this into days. Would I divide this by 24? No.
24?
Yeah.
Well, no.
No.
You'd have to do miles per hour. Wait. Yeah, so you'd have to do miles per hour first.
Yeah.
Was that divided by 60? The first number you had?
Yeah. So divided by 60. 17,000.
So that's 17,000 hours. And then divide that by 24.
Yeah. 708 days, dude. That's 2 years. That's fucking crazy. Look at us doing math here on the Mad Scientist Lab podcast for the first time in, well, ever.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's
Did we
been a
get-
while. Jared is still scrolling, by the way.
Yeah, we're
folks.
not even at Earth yet. Oh no, we're on our way to Mars already. Anyway, yeah, that's enough because it's gonna take. I wonder if we can get straight to Pluto.
We'll let you.
I can't really see this fucking thing this far away.
Yeah.
But anyway, you get the
Jared's-
idea.
Jared's over here looking for a needle. in a
Pluto is a
haystack.
long fucking way away.
But no. Since we're on it, man, what is this thing about the sun, though?
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, you were like, hey, it's like a whole different conversation.
Yeah,
it's
because
like it's,
then you're talking about fusion and hydrogen and fucking helium and all this other shit.
Wait,
and
is it
chemical reaction?
is it considered like an anomaly of sorts?
No, it's a star.
Yeah. Well, that I know, but
But
is there like
what I'm
more
saying is
layer to that? I
yeah,
guess.
if you look at pictures, like you saw that, like you can see. They have telescopes, and people take pictures where you can see like the magnetic fields, like interacting, and there's a whole lot more hard. It's harder to explain, and I don't feel like doing it right now.
No, okay. All right. Well, I am just kind of like tuned in to the deep space episode of the Mad Science Lab podcast.
Yeah, that was deep space, but that little trip.
Well, yeah,
ain't
no.
really shit.
You know what's crazy is before I knew they were going up there, or like after they were already up there, I didn't realize initially that they were only going to be up there for like 10 days. 10 days is a long
10
time.
days in a fucking, the capsule, the Orion capsule, this integrity is about 60% larger than the ones during the Apollo missions.
Okay.
Think about how small that is. They had 3 people in that shit.
Yeah, they were comparing it to something last night on the news, and I can't remember what it was. It's like a cupboard of sorts.
Yeah, it's small, and this one they had 4 people in there, and it's 60% larger than the original Apollo capsules.
So
they had less fucking space, and they were all. And if you ever see like the Russians still use their Suez rockets.
okay.
If you ever see like 3 guys or girls in one of those things, they got equipment fucking strapped down up here, and this is when they're coming back, and they don't land in water; they land on land.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, SpaceX, no, not SpaceX. Is it SpaceX? SpaceX can land on land, but I think they mostly Blue Origin lands on land, but their shit is fucking so far behind. They're trying to catch up, but they started. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not a fan of Bezos anyway.
What I was gonna say is though, with
or Elon for that fact, but SpaceX is far more. They had a launch today too that I watched.
what I was gonna say though is the ones that the Russians, since they land on land, is it like the same concept where they come in with like parachutes?
Yeah,
and,
same concept. The parachutes slow it down enough and I think they also have like a last minute explosion to kind of like
okay,
give it a puff of
a puff of bounce.
yeah.
That should be the name of the podcast, Puff of Bounce.
Maybe we'll see. I'm not gonna remember that.
Oh no, but okay, that's pretty neat though. They're just and just like,
Yeah.
hey, we're home.
SpaceX does do that for their Crew Dragon.
I'm surprised we don't do something like that. I would assume water is safer. You
know what? I honestly I've never looked up the difference of why. I would say water would probably be softer.
Yeah.
Theoretically. Now, one thing I did notice about this on the way back, or when they came back and during splashdown, they didn't really like. SpaceX has the way they gather their shit. Like they have a ship that goes out, that picks it up. It has like a crane on the back of it. It goes out. They have the divers hook up to it, and then they pick it out of the water and put it on the ship.
Yeah.
And then they get the astronauts out that way. The way they did it yesterday was the old school way of how they used to fucking do it. And I'm like, then I thought about it. I was like, all right, fine. It is a government agency. Why not use your other government agencies, i.e. the Navy?
Yeah.
But I think they should have kind of upgraded that kind of.
Yeah, I learned that I guess the inflatable raft that they get on when they land or when they're obviously back in the water is called the front. It's called the front porch.
That is new. The way it used to just be, it would just be another raft boat, and they would just get into the raft boat.
Just pull them out and just roll into the raft.
Yeah.
And what I also learned last night while watching the news is that when they do have the, I guess, divers go in to retrieve the astronauts, each astronaut has their own individual diver to assist them.
That's for medical purposes, just to make sure they're all good. SpaceX does the same thing. They all have they have to be checked out. You bringing that up made me think about something. Oh, a lot of people I saw online were asking like, what the puff of like the little puffs of whatever during the infrared part when the parachutes were open. That's part of the RCS, was the recovery. Basically, it changes the attitude of like and steering of when it's coming back down.
Yeah.
So that whatever propellant they use for that is toxic. So they have to. I'm pretty sure they were trying to vent the rest of it off, because when they go around, if you didn't see it, the rafts will go around and they have a tester to see.
I was seeing that.
Yeah, that when they're going around it and they're trying to test to see if there's any toxic fumes coming from it before they open it and before anybody gets, because it's bad for humans.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they were venting the rest of that off. Plus, you don't want to put that into the ocean. So yeah. I've seen SpaceX, they fucking just splash down and they don't even get rid of their shit. So.
Yeah, just pick it up.
And you can kind of see it in the ocean around them. It was like, ew.
Well,
luckily, but that's why they pick it up.
Well, they were on the coast of San Francisco, I believe.
San Diego,
that's right.
There's a naval base right there.
I got you. No, but I do find it really fascinating how they can say, hey, we want to land right here on Earth, and they're able to do it.
Math.
Yeah,
it's all math.
I think that is pretty badass.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, we're going to have you land like a mile and a half out from, shore or whatever.
You ever watch the movie Hidden Figures?
You know what? I want to say I have seen that movie, but
you should watch it. It's not just about black women being in NASA during the time of that wasn't a thing. But it's also kind of like gives you an idea of how they came up with the missions, and I think that's the reason. If I remember correctly, the whole reason they do the figure eight around the moon is because of the calculations of one of those ladies.
Oh, that's pretty deep.
Yeah.
No, but it's the whole thing is just fascinating, and I'm gonna look more into this sun thing now, because now you got my brain going.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Once you start thinking about other shit, when you see images of like the different magnetic fields and like the solar flares coming out, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like
it's just a giant star.
It starts opening your mind to like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's I'm very intrigued by this for some reason. It's not a bad thing.
Oh, we got a space nerd, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we got a space nerd. Nice. Am I a space nerd?
Great Scott!
Yes.
Well, no, I was saying you're about to be one now.
Well, no,
I don't think you're gonna look it up, but
no. I'm genuinely, because now it's got me thinking what folks back, like during Egyptian times, like how they worship the sun, what they think, all sorts of shit.
Well, think about it. That was entertainment.
This is
studying the stars. Like,
yeah.
Look at the pyramids. Pyramids are pretty much perfectly on the fucking Orion's belt. I think it's Orion's belt. It's like the North Star, and they're pretty much. Look, we can look it up.
Dude, the pyramids are still. I'm gonna tell you, if
I think a lot of that information got burned when the Library of Alexandria got burned.
Oh, you know what? That's a very good point. I'm actually going to look into that. Reason being, I find the pyramids very fascinating. That is like the one thing I will say is I do find them fascinating. It's like nobody knows shit about them.
And all those ancient civilizations, they all use the stars. The Mayans, that's where we got the calendars.
Like nobody can definitively say how they were built. Like, and they just keep finding more things. About them and their longevity and the things about the region.
I was right. Orion's belt.
let's see. The Giza pyramids are famously aligned with the remarkable precision to cardinal points, with theory suggesting that they represent the stars of Orion's belt. The three main pyramids match the layout of Orion's belt, likely symbolizing a path for the pharaoh to the afterlife. They also align with the stars like Sirius cosmic polar stars. Okay, dude. Like, this is, I just find the pyramids very fascinating, dude. Because
most people do.
it-
People with curious minds, I guess.
it's just, nobody can explain them. And I think it's like one of the one things on Earth that is relatively accessible in terms of, unless there's like some hidden temple in a jungle somewhere we don't know about yet, that you can just look up, and there's so many different theories on it. And, not everything is all, hogwash, I guess is the best word or term to use.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting stuff. And I want to say recently, again, I think I brought it up a little while ago, but they found underneath the pyramids, there's like these pillars.
Oh, yeah. You talked about that. I think that's been debunked already.
I'm going to have to look more into that. Just reason being is just, it's just very fascinating shit. That's all. I mean,
I don't know if I totally agree with that. I don't know.
Well, they said they use like some level of sonar imaging, like to go under.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's been debunked already.
well, I'll look it up, but I am going to look more into this sun stuff. So, and I will have something scientific to say on next week's episode of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast.
Okay.
I'm just thought
I was reading something. I don't want to get too deep into it. Oh, yeah. I didn't really dig that deep into it. It was basically some quantum mechanics shit. But I didn't get deep enough for me to try to explain it right now.
Well, that's okay. But you know what I'm going to explain, Jared? Right here at this very second, I'm going to explain to folks why I'm a little excited right now. This is going to be a little bit of gaming news for you folks, okay? Just a tad bit.
He already hit me with a portion of this earlier, guys.
So I'm going to tell you guys.
Get your nicotine patches out.
Yeah, that's right. What I was going to say is, as an avid gamer and as an avid achievement hunter / completionist, Xbox has announced at the end of the month, they currently have it in beta testing, so some, I guess, early access gamers are able to obtain this. They are going to be kind of reworking the achievements ecosystem. So I'm a little excited about this. They're going to be redoing the icons a little bit, but they're also adding a feature for the completionists out there that listen. They're adding a feature where it will allow you to actually hide games on your list now. So if you ever played a game for 20 minutes and you found out it wasn't for you, you can just take it right there off of your gamer list, and nope, no one will ever know. And I just think that's a nifty feature for completionists like me. And I just wanted for everybody to join me for 5 minutes of gaming knowledge.
Thank you.
This is RJ.
I wish. I would not want to say I wish. I wonder what the actual size of the community of completionists are.
So it's
I
actually
think it's very small.
well, it depends on
Like 0.002.
no, it's definitely not that small. No, not at all.
Of the entire population of the world?
No, of the world. If you're talking about of the world, yes. If you're talking about people who own an Xbox, then we're gonna have to.
Pretty soon, nobody will.
Anyway, as Jared continues to hate, let me go ahead and.
I will always hate on Xbox. I've never been a fan.
Nah, you should be. Hello.
I don't really fuck with Microsoft like that. I do it because I have to.
Well, nobody really fucks with Microsoft now. Anyway, I
don't get it.
anyway, so what I was gonna say is no, it's definitely a pretty large community. It's not like some like 1,200 people in a basement kind of thing.
They live in basements.
Some of them probably do. I won't lie to you. So, put it this way:
if this wasn't here, you'd be living down here.
No, not at all. If honestly, I would have been living down here when I moved in. The reason I don't live down here is because there's no back door. That's the only reason I don't live down here.
Oh, he needs a back door, guys.
We all need a back door.
Oh,
Well, that does sound fucking weird and just odd.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Moving forward. Moving forward. No, but yeah, that's honestly dead serious. If I had like a walkout patio out of here, I would have definitely have made this where I lay, I guess, and partake in stuff, whatnot. But since we're talking about games and stuff like that, and we're talking about completions, earlier this week I saw an article.
Now you.
Since I am discussing completions with you, which is we, I read an article earlier this week there is somebody out there, and there are a couple people as of right now. There is somebody who has already gotten all the achievements / trophies in Crimson Desert. They spent, and here's the crazy part about it. This person did it in the matter of maybe 10 to 12 days. They put 306 hours of game time.
I told you it was fucking 300-400 plus hours.
It is absolutely, well, I understand that. That's fine. That's a big game, and that's something you're supposed to play for a long time, right? This person did this in the span of days, and he was basically saying, he was like, yeah, I slept for 8 hours, and then I would go for, hours on end. He said I had to stop for work, and it's just crazy because I personally haven't played the game yet, but I was talking last week about the scope of the game.
Backwards, wasn't it?
That's of the scope of the game. The game is huge. So for somebody to just put 300 hours of their life in the span of a couple days, that is fucking crazy to me in general. So I'm a completionist, but I'm not that type of completionist in any capacity. But it's just crazy. I just think shit like that is nuts. Because, you might sit here and say, oh, RJ, you don't like to hunt your achievements, do you? Do you? I do. I'd like to do it in my spare time when I'm not doing my job or doing this wonderful podcast with you on a weekly basis. Check us out. Hit the like button down there at the bottom. But no, it just blows my mind the amount of time.
Or the follow button on Twitch and Kick.
Oh, yeah, we got those too. They do help a lot, actually. No, but I just couldn't imagine me being the gamer that I am doing something like that for the sake of doing it. It just blows my mind. That is completely unhealthy. Completely unhealthy. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you.
Anything else you want to get off your chest?
Are you excited for WrestleMania next weekend?
Not at all. I am excited for certain people to be out of my house, yes.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. That's why I asked if
so excited for that.
I hope you're excited for WrestleMania, because I am.
I could care less.
All right. So that is my nerd talk for this episode of the podcast.
Actually, working through a bit about wrestling right now.
That's good. That's good. Wrestling is good for the community. It's good for the soul. All right? It's good for the soul.
I just got to fucking talk about that for an hour, about how much I hate it.
People might like you more.
Yeah, probably. There's going to be a lot of people who's going to hate me. I don't care.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that hate you.
As long as it's funny, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, like I'm not a fickle fan. Like people have like kind of joned on wrestling my whole life. It's like, oh, you watch wrestling. When you're a kid, everybody was.
I just think if you're in your 40s and you still like that shit and watch it all day, there's some stunted growth somewhere.
Watching it all day is one thing, but I think the way I view it, man, at the end of the day, it is just a television. It is entertainment. That's really all. That's
fine, but not 24/7.
24/7, no. Certain times of year, like leading up to Mania. Here, I'll be honest with you. The last week or so, they've got the whole catalog on Netflix.
I already know. I don't want to hear it. I already know. Trust me. I've
been watching some old WrestleManias.
I've already heard them all. I've already heard them all. Trust me. I fucking hate it.
The following contest scheduled for one fall.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but do you know what I do miss though? If I was watching some of the earlier ones, right, from like the 80s and shit like that, I do miss the old 80s style theme. The intro theme it had, it was like.
I like the actual promos. Like now they don't really do promos. It's like basically cutscenes now.
Yeah, it's. I will say the packaging of they're called PLEs now, public live events. They're not called pay-per-views anymore, which is still very weird to me, but that's okay. It's definitely presented in a different manner in this day and age. But I will say, just like the scale of the product overall, how global it is still quite remarkable. Because again, when I went to the event 2 years ago with Sean. There were people from all over the fucking world, dude. It was legitimately kind of pretty nuts. We were eating a burger next to a guy that came from Australia. He's like, yeah, I flew all the way from Australia, mate. Came here to see Cody Rhodes finish his story. And this burger here is American with this bacon is really good. And, yeah, that's how he was
They
talking.
have that over there.
Well, he didn't have it at the Applebee's over there. He had it at the one here.
They don't have hamburgers at Applebee's?
Not in Australia.
What do they got, kangaroos?
Maybe they do. I don't know. I didn't ask him those questions.
You ask half-ass questions then.
I didn't want. There was no reason for me to ask him if there were kangaroos in
I would've
Australia
been-
because I would think
Well,
there
no,
would.
we
be.
know there are kangaroos, and it's not. I'm saying if there was no hamburgers in Applebee's, what do they have on the menu?
Yeah, but I would feel like that would be an offensive thing to say.
How was that offensive?
Do
When
you
he
guys
just,
see kangaroos in Australia?
I didn't. I was fucking joking when I said that. I'm saying if there's no hamburger, hey, bro, if there's no hamburgers at the Applebee's menu, what else is there? It's just a simple question.
Yeah, but we started talking about wrestling, and then he was like, "I want to see Cody Rhodes finish his story, mate." And we were like, "Yeah, us too." And it was a really
Is that your first Australian you ever met?
no, but it was kind of random because he just started talking. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Don't think it's that random.
Well, it's not like overly random, but it's not like we see folks, or I don't know anybody like off the top of my head that's Australian that we know.
I know a couple people. For sure, one person from New Zealand.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say
That
is
was meeting that person. That was the first time I heard of the fucking rugby team called the All Blacks, and I was like, "Wait, excuse me, sir."
the All Blacks.
Yeah,
Is that what they're
That's
called?
the name of the team. Yeah, because they wear all black.
That-
You want me to pull it up for you?
Yeah, well, Jared, while he pulls that up, I remember one time. It's funny that we're kind of saying this stuff right now. I remember one time. This was back when I smoked tobacco, way back when. I remember one time a guy. I used to smoke Black and Milds, by the way. Disgusting, RJ. But I remember
I know people who still do.
I remember I was in the bar one time, and the guy came up to me, and he was like, "Hey, man, you care if I get a cigarette or like bump something off you?" And he was like, "What do you smoke?" And I was like, "I smoke blacks." And this was an African American gentleman, and he was like, "What?" And I was just like, "Whoa!" And I like pulled it out of my pocket. I was like, "Black and Milds," and he was just like, "Oh," he was like, "I'm sorry, man." It was kind of funny.
All right, get it.
Anyway, the All Blacks are New Zealand's national men's rugby union team, regarded as one of the most successful sports team in history. Jesus Christ. With a 76% win percentage.
Plus 76 plus win.
Yeah, that's still 76 win.
Okay, all right, fine.
Known for their iconic black jerseys and pre-match, was it Haka?
Yes.
They have won 3 Rugby World Cup titles, 1987, 2011, and 2015. They are considered a cornerstone of New Zealand culture and global brand of rugby excellence.
There you go.
The All Blacks.
Mm-hmm.
That is something I did not know, but I know now.
I think we get a lot of lamb, like sheep from New Zealand, like imported here.
Sheep are cool.
Oh, yeah, to eat.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
What?
Nothing. Sheep are cool. Nah. Sorry. I'm done.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm cooked. As
As the young kids would say,
Yeah,
as the wide ends would say.
I don't like that saying.
I know, you shouldn't.
I'm
I'm glad you don't.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but
It's one. What? Not only is it one, it just sounds bad in
Yeah.
general, and two, I don't know. I just don't like it. It's very like stamping. It's like I don't know. It's
well,
like
it's the same thing as calling somebody unk. Like, motherfucker, I
You
ain't
like-
old. I'm older than you, but I ain't old.
You don't like being called.
when you
Unc,
get my
Jared?
age, fuck no. When you get my age, you're gonna be, and you hear a motherfucker call you whatever the fucking thing, fucking 20, 30 years from now is. You're gonna be upset too. Like I am not old.
Doesn't that make you feel hip though? It doesn't make you feel like you're in
Calling
tune?
me unk?
Yeah.
No.
What's up, Unc? I'm not. I would never. I wouldn't say that.
Well, I
to-
guess it comes from like Snoop calling everybody nephew.
Yeah.
He fucked it up for everybody.
Snoop Dogg.
Oh,
Oh man.
Snoop these days, I don't know.
Do you know why Snoop Dogg always carries an umbrella?
I don't know, RJ. Why?
For a little drizzle. For a little Wayne.
Great Scott!
Epic shared that with me last night. I found that way too
I should have known it didn't come from you. I should have known.
I found it way too funny when he told me last night. That is as far as I've gone with stand-up comedy, by the way.
Please do not go any farther. Some people keep going. Some people don't do anything.
It's all good. It's all good. You got anything to say about stand-up comedy or any shows before we hit the road?
Nah, not just. I mean, regular open mic is coming Tuesday at Shooters, 8 p.m. Not to come through. I did one show at. I was doing new stuff at Dead Horse comedy this past Wednesday. Did all right. Still got some tweaking to do. I'm always trying to make new material. Because all the other shit, I know it works. So now I got to hone in this next 5. I think I'm just going to do 5-minute chunks. And then eventually I'll be able to put them together. And so it sounds one coherent thing.
Gotcha.
I saw somebody at Shooters last night that's very close to the joke about the air fryer joke.
Okay.
And they were like, "Yeah, I saw that," and I'll tell you off air what he told me. I was like, "Ooh." I mean, I knew it was gonna get around, but
It's all right. It's all right. Hey, sometimes
and it's not even done. That one that I posted, that's not even done. It's extended, but the gist is not about a particular person. It's just about how I feel without making it. It's basically a political joke without making it a political joke.
I got you.
Because I don't want to feel preachy when it comes across when I'm trying to get a point across to people.
Yeah, don't be out there preaching, Jared. Nah, we wouldn't do that.
It wouldn't be like that's like the Carlin way. Like he made shit funny, but it was still kind of preachy, especially toward the end. But yeah, I don't know. Well-crafted jokes can have a point of view, but they also have to be funny. And at the end of the day, it has to be funny.
Yeah, I gotcha. And the only thing we're going to preach to you folks, or at least what I am, is you can catch us anywhere you get your podcasts. That is Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff. Every Monday at 9 a.m. sharp for the visual on YouTube. Whether you're bored at work, go ahead and just pop your phone open, hit that like,
Emotional damage.
and subscribe button. And you can catch us around 6:30 p.m.-ish every Saturday here on the Purple and Green. All right.
Let's do this.
Oh, yeah. Jared?
He was a fat Faison liar.
That's RJ.
No, not me. Not
He
me.
was a fat Faison liar.
Hit the button.
Shut up. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm not telling you what.
You just told me to hit the button.
An hour? What am I supposed to do with the mad scientist for an hour?
You know, tamper in God's domain.
Peace.
See you guys next
Hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.